Hi, I'm Angela Cedrin. I am a strategist and a business coach, and I teach women to build successful online businesses. My goal, my dream, is to help 1 million women achieve financial freedom by 2030. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about how I got into a side hustle, why I got into a side hustle, and what it actually means for me and what it could mean for you as well. Because what I've found is there's a lot of other women like me who've come through the corporate ranks, who've done the training, gotten their MBAs, gotten their masters, really earned their stripes in the corporate world, but who, when they get to around about 40, realize that it's not quite what it was made out to be. And I'm seeing more and more women, particularly, executives, join me and come and work with me because they're tired of the corporate life. They want something slightly different. Now, when I was growing up, I was a super achiever. I used to be very competitive at school. It was so important to me to get top marks. And growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, my vision was that I was going to really take the corporate world by storm. I was going to end up as a C-level executive. I was going to fly the corporate jet, have all the trappings. I think I'd watched too many Gordon Gekko movies. Wall Street, probably once too many, I think. And I was also given a book called Snapshots from Hell by a friend, and that was about a guy who went and did his MBA at, where was it, Princeton or Stanford? Stanford, I think. So for me, that was always my dream. I wanted to do an MBA. And when I became a single parent at 20, I knew that that was really the only way that I was going to build my career further and move up the corporate ladder. At that stage, entrepreneurialism wasn't even a dream for me, even though it was, I guess, effectively something that I'd always inherently been. When I think about school, I used to make all sorts of things and flog them at school. At one point, I had a Turkish delight production thing going. At another point, I was making these really cute Easter baskets, lip pies, you name it. But again, being a single parent, I just couldn't afford to go down that road. And quite frankly, I guess I didn't have the confidence. For me, success wasn't that. For me, success was becoming a corporate high flyer. But you know what? What I found is that corporate road was more like the highway to Stress City and to Heart Attack City. And particularly in the last few years, I was severely bullied at work. I was really, really miserable. I realized that wasn't the life for me. It wasn't what fulfilled me. It wasn't what brought me joy. It wasn't what made my heart sing. So I left. And I started my own business. I'm an online coach now. I also do, obviously, one-to-one coaching, but the thrust of my business is online, and I deal in group coaching. And it's given me such a new life and such a lease on life as well. I've really discovered my purpose. I've discovered why I'm here. And my goal really, my mission, my dream is to help other women achieve financial freedom. I've always inherently been a good teacher or a good coach. I remember at school, my friends actually used to ask me to coach them during breaks, particularly before exams. And I had a friend remind me last year, I'd forgotten about it actually. She reminded me last year, she said to me she wouldn't have gotten through her exams if it hadn't been for me. So I love teaching people, but I also love helping women. And the reason for that is that I can tell you, being a single mother is a struggle. I didn't do it by choice. And even if I had, it's not easy. It's not an easy choice to make. Financially, in a city like Sydney, anywhere in Australia, quite frankly, being an unbelievably expensive country, it is a tough road because you have to earn a small fortune to really raise your children well. I've got friends now who, once their kids are out the house or once her children are out the house, she literally has nothing and has to start again, and she'll be 50. So for me, it's about helping other women never ever be in the situation where they don't know how they're going to pay the next bill. And it's a problem in Australia and the US and the UK because 1 in 3 women live below the poverty line. 1 in 3 women over 45, and that's even professionals. So if you're in a corporate career and you think that you're safe, you're not. But what I do want to tell you today is you don't have to be stuck in a corporate job if that's not where you want to be. You can do this. You can start your own business either as a side hustle and then take it full time, or if you're brave enough, you can make the jump and go full time as well. Just make the break and do it now. I can tell you, if you're depressed or you're feeling burnt out, you don't need to be, because we have never been in a better age to go out there and build our own business as women. And that is the most fantastic thing. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.